So we were able to pull out a win here, which was great. That's one of the nice things about the deck is the longer the matches go, the higher your chances are of winning. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we are playing Golos Nexus, and this is a Field of the Dead deck without Scape Shift, if you can believe that. It's more of a slow and steady wins the race type situation. It's focused around Golos Tireless Pilgrim and his ability, which costs 7, so it's quite expensive. And then we are casting things for free with said ability. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play them this turn without paying their mana cost. And ideally, we'll be playing Nexus of Fate for free, because when we exile those top 3 cards, hopefully some of them are Nexus of Fate. The rest of the deck is based around self-milling and putting land out, right? So we have cards like Hydroid Krasis. This is going to draw a bunch of cards out of our deck, which makes the deck smaller, which means there's a higher chance of pulling one of these Nexus of Fates with Golos' ability. Risen Reef also does a really great job of self-milling, because you're either putting a whole bunch more land on the field or drawing cards into your hand, right? We have Growth Spiral as well. That's another great way to cycle through your deck a little bit faster. And then, of course, every time Golos Tireless Pilgrim misses or whiffs, or just every time you do it, like you can pull 3 lands. That's happened before, right? But that's 3 less cards in your deck for next time, so the percentage or ratio of getting a Nexus of Fate goes up exponentially every time. We have 30 unique lands in the deck, if you can believe that. 4 Fields of the Dead, of course, and then literally 1 of every other land. So we got a lot of land in here. We're missing a Plains, but obviously no white in the deck, so we're not focused on that really. We have a little bit of white here for Golos' ability because it will need a Plains. But other than that, that's it. Growth Spiral is drawing us a card, letting us ramp in, playing an additional land, which is great off the start. Elvis Rejuvenator, an additional way to ramp. You can pull Fields of the Dead onto play with this, which is really nice if you don't already have it. Risen Reef, more ramp. Searcherous Route. This is more ramp. It's pulling out 2 basics or guilds. Gates, basic lands or gate lands out of your deck. Massacre Girl, now this is kind of a defensive card for the most part. It's really nice, say against a mono white, mono red, mono green can kind of get away from it. The Llanowar Elves are nice to chip off, but where it shines against other Field of the Dead decks, because you've got Elvis Rejuvenator, you've got Risen Reef that both have the power of 1, so those are on your field. You can control whether those are alive or not for the most part. And then you can drop your Massacre Girl and wipe out your 1 creature and then all of his 2/2 zombies, which is really, really powerful. And then Golos, like we talked about, he is the main provocateur of the deck. When he enters the battlefield, you search your library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and shuffle your library. So this is allow you just to immediately grab a Field of the Dead, which is really nice. And then like we talked about before, his ability for 7, 1 of every color plus 2 browns. You can exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play them this turn without paying their mana cost. And that, like I said, combined with Nexus of Fate, take an extra turn after this one, is just absolutely broken. If Nexus of Fate would be put into the graveyard from anywhere, reveal Nexus of Fate and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. Hydroid Krasis, I'm sure we all are familiar with this by now. When you cast this spell, you gain X half-life and half-X cards, round down each time, it has flying and trample, and it enters the battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it. And it is only costing 2, so a very, very powerful card. And that is it. We have all the lands, an Arch of Orzhov. This is a draw engine if we really need. When we look at the sideboard, we have 3 Cerulean Drakes. This is great for mono red matchups, maybe potentially a Gruul matchup if things come to that. We have to watch out for green still, but any red, this is basically a go-to. Legion's End, so you're exiling target creature opponent controls with converted mana cost 2 or less, and all of the other creatures that player controls with the same name as that creature. Then the player reveals their hand, exiles all cards from their hand and from their graveyards with chosen name. So this is really a meta killer right now. This is good in so many situations. Steamkin's dead, like any mono red cards basically dead except for the Chain Whirler. This is eating out tokens So Field of the Dead tokens, this is going to wipe out 15, 20 tokens at once, especially if they're using Scape Shift on you without having an instant speed attack with the fairy. This is going to clean that up really nicely. Vampires, we've not really seen that so much this week, but there's a lot of good low-cost vampires that we can get with this as well. Anything with 2 or less that they're going to have duplicates of. That's what we're going after. Noxious Grass, this is in here mostly for Planeswalker removal. We have Teferi removal and or Nissa removal primarily. We can branch off from that though, anything that is green or white. So we are destroying target creature or Planeswalker that's green or white, and we gain 1 life for 2. So very good card here. Narset Parter of Veils. Each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn. Her -2 ability. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them. Reveal it and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. Or sorry, in a random order. Yarok the Desecrated. Now this is a one of. He has Death Touch and Lifelink. A 3/5. Costs 5 to cast, but hopefully we're casting it with Golos' ability, which would be 0. And if a permanent entering the battlefield causes triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability will trigger an additional time. Which is really great. That means our lands are triggering double Field of the Deads. We could have 8 tokens if we had 4 Field of the Deads out at once, which is great. We also have 2 Liliana Dreadhorde Generals. This is just a powerhouse of a card here because we're making so many zombies. And then whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card. So we could just draw our whole deck basically. Get down, like even if we threw everything to the graveyard and then we still had those 4 Nexus of Fates in our library, and then we're just turning and looping people in, which is really fun. Her +1 creates 2/2 black zombie creature token, and -4 each player sacrifices 2 creature. -9 each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type and sacrifices the rest. That's a game winner right there. Agent of Treachery. This is to take things like Liliana away. When Agent of Treachery enters the battlefield, gain control of target permanent. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 or more permanents that you don't own, draw a card. Zakama Primal Calamity. This is another one of. A 9/9, and he costs 9, so definitely something we're going to want to play with Golos' ability. Vigilance Trample Reach. When he enters the battlefield, if you cast it, untap all lands you control, which is great. Basically casting it for free if you have the juice to do so. And then you can pay 3. You pay 2 in a mountain, deals 3 damage to target creature, 2 in a forest, destroy target artifact or enchantment, and 2 and a plains. You gain 3 life. So the sideboard here is a little bit tricky, and it's a little bit up to you. It's more strategic than normally. Normally it's like pretty straight cut forward. It's like remove this, add this. But this, you're really going to need to think about what your opponent's doing in his sideboard as well, right? Because you want to be countering his sideboard plays with your unique sideboard here. With that being said, we won a couple matches today. We ended up losing 1 round. We did squeak in a win there, though. So I hope you enjoy today's footage. A quick reminder to like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. And all our subscribers are entered in to win up to 500,000 in gems. So make sure you check that out if you don't know what I'm talking about. As far as the rest of the week goes, Compulsion has been recording drafts for us. And SPR has been working on some Brawl decks, as far as I know. So some really exciting things coming up for the rest of the week. We're really looking forward to the Throne of Eldraine. We love the theme. We love just how everything looks so far. And I'm absolutely excited to be playing some of these new knights. They look powerful. So with that being said, I hope you guys all enjoy today's footage. And more importantly, I hope you all have a great day. Let's see if we can't put some people in a loop today. So we have our main combo piece here with Golos, basically. Bleeding Growth Spiral, our Field of the Dead into play, which is nice. Some sort of green ramp. We do pull a Nexus of Fate. Not necessarily something we look at hard casting, but this will go to 5, so we're actually going to pay life for this. And Golos is coming in. Taking action. We're going to need a little bit of red for Golos' ability. I'm going to keep the land there, it can stay. So that land is going to make 7. It'll be our first Field of the Dead, and then we'll be able to use either our first Nexus of Fate to play another Field of the Dead, which will give us a total of 3 tokens.
Strange and magnificent world. Rise, my elemental friend.
So it's a pretty silly situation, I'd have to say, right? I think we're going to leave that sit a turn. Oh, all land. Shoot. That's no good. I mean, we do get them out of our library. We're down to 44. We're just kind of allowing him to stack his field up before we Massacre Girl. Right. Absolutely gonna wipe him. The coming turn here. We're gonna block here. Pulled another Golos. That is so great. Let's get our Massacre on. Wipe the field. Here is another Field of the Dead.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Ooh. That's pretty groovy. And just tapped 2 tokens, please. Which should be enough to get past Nissa. We'll take an extra turn as well. Oh, ho, 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 what a guy. Yeah. All attacks. Screw you, Nissa. You think he frilled Mystic me? This guy. So that's game. As far as sideboarding goes, it was a mono green deck with Nissa, so Noxious Grasp could do the trick for us, I think. And one Citrus Root can come out for sure. We could even drop maybe an Elvish Rejuvenator. He's not really drawing, and maybe Agent of Treachery. Well, it could be good if you played like a Galta or something. Just outrageous that neither of us could deal with. And I'd love to take that. Legion's End, we didn't see too many duplicates. I mean, obviously he has 4 Llanowar Elves and stuff, but I think we're going to keep it simple. And yeah, we're just going to work in these 2 Noxious Grasps to kill his Nissas. We could work in something like the Primal Calamity, but I just don't think there is a need for it. He has no sort of life gain or anything like this. So it should be okay. So 2 Growth Spirals is pretty aggressive, if we're being honest. We start with our Temple of Malady into a breeding pool that we pay for. Or we could just, I guess, toss in the islands. Arifa's good, we like that. Ooh, in with the turn 2 Vivian. That is
much more reliable
GG.
than humans. There is
So
wonder in a
good.
blade of grass.
Secondary Risen Reef might really help us. I'm strictly looking at ramping. Every time we have the option to scribe, we put it to the bottom, and it like increases the chances that we're gonna have a Nexus of Fate on top of it, as long as we're not shuffling our library.
For the fallen.
Ooh, double Vivian.
I have survived Nico Bolas.
So he
and
can put
I will
tokens on.
survive you.
With this Vivian, puts it at
My,
3/3, which is
how you've grown.
very aggressive. Let's try to start pushing with our reefs. Throw it to the bottom. Breeding pool can come. With 5, we're looking for a Field of the Dead at this point. We can grab that with our Golos, of course. We can get our Field of the Dead this turn. And this Llanowar Elf is big though, you guys.
Stomping time.
We need to pull a Noxious Grasp just for that.
The mysteries of life are endless.
Down to 14 here, taking quite a bit of damage. Ooh, this
I
guy.
will protect the virtue of this world. The land shall conquer you.
We just gotta pretend to go for it, and hopefully we can get it in a loop. Because I do not think this is gonna happen for us. No tax. We're in a pretty bad position here. That is a strong Llanowar elf.
Harness the elements.
Wait, you think nature is kind?
Vine Mare, we've seen that last round. I mean, it's getting close. We could pull a Massacre Girl. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that would do it. Oh, he just gets rid of my Golos. Nice. Ouch. So this is basically our only hope. It's just a zombie out. Probably has a Furled Mystic Forest as well. We have mana for this Noxious Grasp as well. But we worked ourselves into a weird position. Like, I think we're just gonna have to take Nissa. In all honesty, like. I mean, we're down to 42 cards, quite a bit still.
My, how you've grown.
That's pretty cool. Can't be blocked by black creatures. So we're getting hit for 10, 15. Wow. Let's get these double blocks in. I mean, at least we can Nexus next turn.
I've seen puppies whine less than you.
He's being able to dig pretty good here with Vivian. I wish it would reveal it to us. Four tokens is really going to help, especially since he's fully tapped. It might be game. Right, so we have to attack next turn too. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points of damage on him. If we can get a Nexus of Fate here, we're cooking. I should have done the Rejuvenator first in case I pulled the Field of the Dead. We're going all in here. We have 8, 9, 10, too short. But, heck, did we ever get close? Next turn we have it, unless he kills us. Oh, which he can because I can't block with black creatures. Oops. Good game. So he won that one, but we'll get him next time.
This'll be fun to watch.
I mean, Yarok's nice because it shuts down his lands attacking us. So it's a little bit of defense. I'm going to take one Yarok. I'm being spicy here. We dropped a Hydroid Krasis for the Yarok. Playing first here. It's not good, but it's not bad. I mean, it's pretty slow. We're entering in with our Hinterland Harbor here, which is weird that we pulled the second one. Let's grab Thornwood Falls. Hinterland Harbor can go in the trash for now. That's a nice ramp, in all honesty. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be 6. No tax. Oh-wee. Ha. Oh, I don't have the double black. That sucks. So we were able to sneak out our Yarok there. I mean, I could have went for another Nexus of Fate into, hopefully, a swamp into our Massacre Girl. But, I don't know if we're going to get that swamp, right? That's pretty lucky. And at least this way we can block and survive, gain a little bit of life as well, right? I think we're going to see a Nissa drop here, though. So it's kind of a weird situation, but okay, so bad play on our behalf. Let's get that double turn in. Oh my god, it shuffles to your library. Anyways, let's just quickly move past it. So we did some clearing of the field there, which is nice. And we can get our Field of the Dead rolling again. Massacre Girl does have menace. It's not just a field wipe. A lot of the times I forget that it's actually a creature as well. He's still got a pretty thick mitt. He pays for it, so he's up to 5 again. Yeah, it's probably Nissa. A voracious Hydra, hey? Well, I got one of those. Mine's a little bit different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 we can cast for. So we get to draw, which is great. And we'll get that scry in. Who doesn't love to scry? Uh-oh. Field of the Dead's pretty cool. And our Massacre Girl can swing in free and clear, which is great. We're down to 42 cards. We'd like to have less. Let's get these big Hydroid Krasis draws in, though. Oh, interesting. It's a baby Krasis. So second Field of Dead. Let's be a little bit aggressive here. Let's grab these 2 guild gates. More zombies, please. Next, and we will attack with the big boy. So we're able to pull out a win here, which was great. That's one of the nice things about the deck is the longer the matches go, the higher your chances are of winning. Because we're not relying on an escape shift that could be countered. It's just a slow, continuous roll. A little bit of a misplay, I suppose, with Yara. We should have just done a secondary Nexus of Fate, probably, and Massacre Girl that way, but... Again, not a good hand, but not a bad hand. It's a lot of land. Opponent goes first, though. Let's mulligan. So this is even worse. We're gonna get rid of Nexus of Fate. I say it's worse because of our double. What? We just threw you away. Yeah, it's like Hinterland Harbor, I guess, can stay. Any land can stay at this point. So I almost think that we're seeing some sort of mirror deck here. We sent our Hydroid Krasis to the bottom. Let's get our Growth Spiral in first. That's alright. Next turn we're in with our Elvish Rejuvenators. Pull out a Field of the Dead here. Oh my god, we whiffed. And he plays a Searcher's Root. What a guy. He continues to ramp past us. We're in bad shape. We're hurting here. He's already got his field popping. Oh my god, you guys. This is so bad for us. Yeah, let's take the Scry. Searcher's Root goes. Let's take our secondary Scry now. Searcher's Root goes again. No attacks. We have Golos in hand. We have a Fate in hand. Oh my gosh, he's making mad zones. Oh, he's got Golos in pocket too. Nice. So at least we're getting to see the same deck being played. I guess the question is now, what are we going to sideboard in to try to shut this deck down? Right, we're in a weird position. I thought that was our 7th land, I guess. That's not good. Let's grab a Field of the Dead here, please. That's ridiculous. No attacks. Already down to 44 cards, so is our opponent though. So he knows he beat me. This is gross, you guys. I guess I should have kept one in case we drew our Massacre Girl. Legion's End comes in. No, this is over. Okay. So Searcher's Root can immediately go. Legion's End is coming in. Liliana, I think, is going to come in for me for a 1 as or 1 of. And we'll drop a Krasis. That way, we can get our Liliana out, and whenever one of our zombies dies, we're going to draw a card. And that should help us push through our deck a little bit quicker. I like it. Let's get this scry started. Lands can stay. Okay, okay. That's fine. Let's just continue. Land can again stay. Let's get our Rejuvenator going. Hopefully it does not whiff this time. No, he does not. We're gonna get another Scry in. Nexus of Fate can go to the bottom. We already have one of those. Grabs a little bit of life here. That's all right. One, two, three, four. We don't necessarily need 5 for anything at this point, so let's just chill, and we'll get an attack in. Right? So we got definitely the head start out of the gates here, which is great. Pulling Mad Nexuses, I don't know what that's about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that'll be 6. Can't do anything with it anyways. Enter tapped, and let's just play Smash Town. All attacks. Keeping our Massacre Girl in hand. So we are beginning to build already, which is just great. Let's start using these Nexuses. Right, because we get 1 free damage here at least. Let's get our Golos out. Take action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess we already have a zombie on field. We should know that. So we're grabbing a second Field of the Dead for 2 more baddies. So this is working out a lot better for us this go around. We do have answers for him. Oh, okay, so what's going on here? When he enters the battlefield, choose 4 non-enchantment permanents that you don't control and put a counter on each of them. At the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more permanents you don't control have an aim counter on them, destroy one of those permanents at random. Well, that's pretty darn cool, don't you think, considering he took one of my lands out. Let's grab another Rejuvenator, I guess. For that red land for Golos, of course. 2 zombies and another lands. Why not? We love lands here, and we're all over for near fatal. That's our turn, and that should be game. And let's see, is a field wipe here. Yeah, nice. Pretty cool. Ooh. Let's see your turn. Get this land in there. Let's get this big baddie in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get that scry in with a new zombie. Land, man. Okay, we don't need land anymore. Let's be serious. No attacks. Unless he can deal with his crisis, that's game. He does get it. He gets it, you guys. Holy moly. Alright, this just got interesting. Let's get Golos out there. Now we can take another Field of the Dead. Probably could have a Legion's End at this point to save him as well. Let's get this Risen Reef going. We love that. Using Bedeck, really? It's pretty interesting. Let's get 2 more damage in here. He could hit us with a Legion's End. Maybe a Fiery Cannonade, something like this. That's that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So, we liked where the deck was for the most part. We see he's running Massacre Girl still. So, do we drop our Risen Reefs? Because they're going to get massacred. I think we've got it figured. Let's leave it there. Let's just get a good ramp off the start and everything will be dandy. Let's get rid of this Searcher's Root. So let's just start out as quick as we can here. Let's get these reefs rolling, baby. Yes. Searcher's Druid. That's pretty hot with Field of the Dead in play. But it's okay. It's okay. 2 Golos. We don't really need that. Let's just continue to ramp here. Double reveal. Double reveal. Draw. Oh, double Crisis draw, nonetheless. Bummer. We get a land at least. Really? Haphazard bombardment. That's pretty cool. He just throws it on all my lands, hey? What a guy. Nice. This guy's a real jerk, you know what I mean? Should have waited for me to play my Golos before he played that, and then he could have triggered 2 of them. Let's just get that smash in. Oh, and he's triggering 2 Fields of the Dead. That's pretty cool. And there's his Golos. This is going to be a weird game, you guys. We have no red. That's so good. He keeps taking my freaking lands. Maybe a flyer can help save the day. The 3rd Resin Reef does not hurt at all either. He can't drop. Well, he can, but he won't drop a Massacre Girl on us. That butchers his horde. No attacks here, unfortunately. Maybe next turn we hit him with a Legion's End. Oh my gosh. So we're seeing an interesting take on this deck with all the red land removal. Wow. Does that ever work good in a mirror match, Goals? We're learning a little bit here today. This guy drives me nuts. Let's reveal 3 lands, please. Come on. Nice. So we see that he has a Massacre Girl and a secondary Golos. We were able to get him down to 11, and we have far superior field advantage, but he wipes it. Whole field is wiped. What a jerk. And he can still play his Golos on top. That sucks. Especially when he brings us 4th Field of the Dead out. I don't know why he wouldn't. Oh my goodness, this is so bad. So we're grabbing the mountain there for our Golos. Unfortunately, I think it's too little too late. Oh. And he put a Lily on it in his deck from the sideboard as well. So we got absolutely dominated this round, you guys. We weren't able to land it.
If I were you, I'd
That's definitely game.
putrid, but effective.
It's a little bit tough luck, but sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of the deck, of course. Any comments are always appreciated. And we will be back tomorrow with either some Brawl or a draft. Compulsion is all aboard. He sent me his first draft yesterday, which is great. And then I seen him doing another one last night. So this guy is an absolute beast. I'm looking forward to seeing some work from him. And you all should be as well. So we'll see you all tomorrow, all right? Have a great day.